Hey guys, let's get more news about Lakers, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Lakers re-sign popular guard to G League roster in Los Angeles. The Los Angeles Lakers have re-signed undrafted guard Quincy Olivari, a fan favorite who spent much of his time with their G League team, the South Bay Lakers. Olivari was waived by the Lakers last week, but he had been playing with the South Bay Lakers in the G League, where he averaged 17.2 points, including 40.6% from three-point range, 4.4 assists, and 4.4 rebounds. Brandon "Scoop B" Robinson reported that several teams were considering signing Olivari, who played at Xavier University before entering the NBA. In a recent interview with Robinson, Olivari shared his thoughts about his time with the Lakers before re-signing with the organization. "It was great being here, especially being around a storied franchise like the Los Angeles Lakers," Olivari told ScoopB.com by phone. "I loved being in the facility every day around legends because I was able to ask questions and learn. More importantly, I enjoyed being around a legend in LeBron James and seeing how he approaches the game even in preseason games, which is remarkable. He's a guy that shows up every day, and he's literally the blueprint for how a player should approach the game. Best video game consoles, it's something I was excited to watch and I'm glad I was able to experience it. The formula and recipe was right in front of me. I'm going to miss the games and the energy from the fans at South Bay games too. The fans' support and the energy was unmatched." Olivari first joined the Lakers for the 2024 NBA Summer League and was then signed to an Exhibit 10 contract. Before the start of the 2024-25 season, his contract was changed to a two-way deal. During the preseason, Olivari stood out with his impressive shooting performance. In 4 games, he scored a total of 35 points on 12-for-13 shooting from the field, 8-for-14 from the three-point line, along with 14 rebounds and 4 assists. Although the sample size was small, his ability to shoot was clear. In his individual outings, Olivari averaged 8.8 points and 3.5 rebounds in 13.4 minutes per game. He shot 52.2% from the field and 57.7% from three across 4 games. 2 former Lakers who are struggling elsewhere this season, 2 who are thriving. Some NBA fans are focused on the here and now. Who's on my team, how are they doing, etc. Others not only do that, they also obsess over the happenings around the league, especially when it concerns players who used to be on their favorite team. Los Angeles Lakers fans who fall into the latter camp have a lot to keep track of because the Lakers haven't exactly been shy about turning over the roster in the pursuit of another championship. All around the league, there are familiar faces no longer wearing the purple and gold. Some have found happiness in their new homes, while others have found success to be more elusive. The Lakers coasted to a win over the Washington Wizards on Tuesday night, but everybody beats the Wizards, so there's only so much that's worth discussing from that game. Anthony Davis scored 29, LeBron James had a triple-double and Dorian Finney-Smith pitched in 16, his high since coming over in a trade from the Brooklyn Nets. That about covers it. Instead of reading too much into a win over a tanking team, let's look around the league to check in on some former Lakers and see how they're doing. Okay, I lied, we'll stick with the Wizards for just a bit longer. Kyle Kuzma is now in his 4th season in the nation's capital, the same amount of time he spent in LA to start his career. Kuzma's numbers are way down across the board this year, but there's no way to know if that's a product of his game declining or the cumulative effect of playing for a team that has a 14.3 winning percentage. Kuzma has missed time this year with groin, rib and calf injuries, but in the 25 games he has played, he's averaging just 14.3 points, 5.4 rebounds and 2.6 assists, all the lowest marks by far since he's been in Washington. His three-point shooting, which was never a strong point to begin with, is down to an unsightly 25.7%, and his overall field goal percentage is a career-low 42.4%. having to give up the Hollywood lifestyle to waste away on one of the league's most poorly run franchises can take its toll on anybody. Kuzma seems like a guy who could really be rejuvenated by a trade to a winner, though he blocked a deal last year that would have sent him to the soon-to-be Western Conference champion Mavericks. Who even knows at this point, but his arrow is definitely pointing down. The Knicks and Timberwolves shocked the NBA by completing the blockbuster deal of the offseason. That trade sent Karl-Anthony Towns to New York and Julius Randle and Dante DiVincenzo to Minnesota, and it's fair to say that things haven't worked out on the basketball court as well as Minnesota hoped they would. The Wolves went 56-26 last year and made the Western Conference Finals, taking out the defending champion Denver Nuggets along the way. Anthony Edwards seemed poised to become the league's next superstar, and the Wolves looked ready to become a perennial contender. Fast forward just a few months later, and little of that optimism remains. The Wolves are barely above .500 at 22-21, and the drop-off from Towns to Randle has been the biggest reason why. Randle has always been known as a ball stopper, but whereas he mostly thrived playing for Tom Thibodeau and his grinded-out style, he's clashed with his new team. He's scoring about 5 points less and grabbing almost 2 fewer rebounds per game than he did last season, and the defensive drop-off from Towns to him has been noticeable. The Wolves are still a very respectable 7th in the league in defensive efficiency, but that's a far cry from last year when they led the league. Lakers receive big update on NBA trade rumors for $251 million star. The Los Angeles Lakers are attempting to make an NBA title pursuit behind LeBron James and Anthony Davis. Leading Los Angeles to a championship in 2020, the star duo is still playing at a high level 5 years later. In his 22nd NBA season, James is averaging 23.7 points, 7.5 rebounds, and 9.0 assists. As for Davis, the 5-time All-Defensive star is averaging 25.7 points, 11.9 rebounds, and 3.5 assists. As they remain in pursuit of another championship, James and Davis reportedly want the Lakers to make win-now moves before the NBA trade deadline. LeBron James, Anthony Davis growing concerned with Lakers' ability to make significant upgrades, ESPN's Shams Charania wrote on X. Amid the growing trade rumors in Los Angeles, the team received a big update on one potential candidate. According to Mark Bartelstein of Priority Sports, there is no truth to the rumors that his client, Phoenix Suns star Bradley Beal, would waive his no-trade clause to join Los Angeles. Via Dwayne Rankin of the Arizona Republic, Bartelstein said, the reports that are out there are created out of thin air, that Beal would lift his no-trade clause if Milwaukee, Denver, Miami, or the Los Angeles Lakers were trade destinations. Because Beal is in the third year of a 5-year, $251 million contract, there is reason to believe the Lakers would not deal for the 3-time NBA All-Star even if he had interest in joining them. It was initially reported by John Gambadoro of Arizona Sports 98.7 FM Phoenix that Beal would waive his no-trade clause for Los Angeles, Miami, and Denver. And you fan? What do you think of the situation of Bradley Beal? Leave your opinion in the comments.